Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Parisno. Now, when we left off, we had just spoken to the princess herself, and we had also gotten Shi Jin back from Queen Arwen, and we also became a vassal, amazingly enough. Yes, I thought that was pretty cool. Now, what we're going to try to do in this episode is, of course, as we left off here, we are going to be speaking to Duke Thothradian and hopefully attempting to get this missing portrait back, because this quest was given by none other than the princess herself, and I think if we're able to do this, and if we're able to succeed, which should be pretty cool, then we will get a big relation bonus, and hopefully we'll be able to marry her sooner rather than later, because I'd like to try and take advantage of some of those really awesome units that she obviously has garrisoned in Elsinore. And we're just going to leech off her because she's a very strong, powerful woman, and we are just going to leech off her because she has access to all the goodies, doesn't she? She has access to all the amazing units, and of course she has a garrison as well. So, you know, it's going to make things a little bit easier. But then you just got to realize that Queen Arwen is then going to be our mother-in-law, and she's quite fearsome. She is quite fearsome indeed. So if we if we do a bad thing, she's probably going to murder us. Anyway, we are going to speak to this fellow now, and I would also quite like to do... Oh, okay, so he seems quite loyal after all, as you can see from this message. But anyway, yes, after we do this quest, if I'm able to do this entire quest in this episode, then I'd like to go to Lior, which is, of course, our village, if you missed the previous episode. And I'd like to try and improve our relation with that village. And there's no real reason for it. I'd just like to improve the relation with that village. So there are going to be a couple of tasks. Ooh, okay, here we go. You lean close to the Count until your voice is almost a whisper. Do you know anything about a missing portrait of King Grieveth? Yes, Grieveth. Yes, I don't know how to say that name, but anyway, we're going to say that. He looks shocked for a minute and his face turns pale. Yes, I do. They made me do it. Steal the portrait. They were terrible, those men. Who? I need a name. Tell me who did it, says rather unfortunate looking man. Yes. Anyway, men in red hoods, terrifying. They moved swiftly like death itself. Can you give me any more information than that? Those men. They were like assassins. They had red cloaks as well. I don't know what they wanted from me. I had to do it, or they would have killed me. Man, you are an amazingly powerful elven lord, and you got scared by a bunch of red-cloaked people. I don't even know. Anyway, these guys are obviously the assassins of Ral Dayun, I assume, and so we're probably going to be fighting a couple of those. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so if you gather that it was... Okay, and you gather that it was an assassin of Ral Dayun party that did it. But why? Right, that's the question. So we have just left with more questions. We have gained a couple of answers. So basically... Right, so basically we need to find an assassin of... Oh no. We need to find an assassins of Ral Dayun party. And let me just say, I have no idea where I'm going to find one. I know that we've actually fought one, and I'm a bit worried that that is the party that we needed for this task. And if it is, then we're going to be in a really, really bad spot, because that's going to mean that we will be unable to complete the task, which would, you know, in turn make things very uncomfortable. And we're going to have to go back to the princess and say, oh, I'm so sorry, I could not get back your portrait. And then she's going to be like, I never want to see you again. And, you know, banish us or something along those lines because we were a failure to try and get the task done. Hilariously enough, though, I think she should probably be even more annoyed at, what's his name? That guy over there, Thothradian or whatever it is. Yeah, so we're going to appoint a prominent nobleman. Thank you very much. Hopefully we're going to be able to get a castle of our very own relatively soon. Now, what I'm doing is I'm actually going to go back and speak to the princess because I would like to find out whether this is going to, shall we say, progress the task along any further, or whether it's just going to well, do nothing, basically. Yeah, we probably need to find the Assassins of Raldayun party before we do anything else. So, let's see. Yeah, I'm still working on it. Alright, so I'm going to have to, I guess, search for it. I'm actually a bit worried about this because I don't have any idea how I'm going to find these guys. Alright, so I have basically searched in the the direct area surrounding Elsinore and Lille, and on the way to, on the way outward from the Elven territory, did not check over here. So I gotta just, admit that I didn't check everywhere, but I was just thinking, really, it's highly unlikely that an Assassins of Raldayun party is gonna be here, or around here, to be honest. I mean, they're gonna just get chased to hell and back by all of the vassals and all of the sort of other parties that are in the area, so it's highly unlikely that they'll be there. So I thought, okay, where did we see the Lord? Well, we saw him in this forest right here, so I thought, okay, we're going to go around here and maybe go into Machiavian territory from across here and just basically go in a kind of circle and just try and search the entirety of Parisno. And along the way, we could take advantage of some of the other parties on the map. We can actually do a little bit of damage to those and maybe level up a couple more of our units for the task that we have with the princess here. Obviously, the other task is to give her these Sunrise Riders. So me asking her about the task, that obviously didn't make any difference, because this is technically a unique quest that has nothing to do with the task. So me asking her that was utterly pointless, and I apologize for that. I was actually thinking to myself that it would make a bit of a difference, but no, leave them alone, you Tauranian scoundrels. Okay, so these guys are obviously very, very friendly with me, which is fantastic. They're actually not friendly, but they are neutral. So I am pleased to no end about that, because I really don't want to fight the Order of Faith, thank you very much. They are, well, we've seen them. We've seen their units. We know how amazing they can be. So we're apparently just going to chase after these guys forever, which is rather irritating, suffice it to say. Are these guys actually going to attack, or no, they're just going to run around here? I'm actually I'm quite close to the Freelancer outpost, which I got to say is pretty good luck, because I'd like to get a couple of freelancers. We have a little bit of space, and I have some spare cash. As you saw, the weekly wages were actually not even that bad. Now, the main reason why I want to take on these Irulo units right here is to sort of ascertain and sort of maybe analyze what the Irulo units are all about. Because, we know, the Irulo units, we've taken a look at them, they have no shields. So technically, an archer army is going to be absolutely insane against them. They obviously do have those piercing thrown weapons or whatever they are. I can't remember what they're called now, but they are pretty damaging, so I'm a little bit worried about that, and I just hope that they don't have horses. If they have any horses, I don't think they do actually, I don't think they have any cavalry whatsoever, but if they do have any horses, we might be in for a bit of a tough fight, because I know that some of their units are so good, they'll probably be able to just one-shot many of our archers. But thankfully, obviously those units don't have shields, so it's going to be a pretty easy fight if we can get them in a pretty nice. I mean, look at this. I mean, this is just crazy. I mean, look at the damage that we're able to do already, and they haven't even gotten close to us yet, and they are already getting absolutely bombarded by arrows. And this might actually be one of those. Whoa, okay, there you go. There's the green stuff. Okay, so the green stuff I would assume are those leaf bombs. The leaf bombs are the main problem here. Oh my, yeah, there you go. We got killed by the leaf bombs. Yeah, I wanted to test them. I wanted to test how good they actually were. And it seems like they were very good. Very good in actual fact. So you do have to bear that in mind. If we are going to be fighting the Irulo faction themselves in the future, we have to be very careful about those hurlers. Look at the hurlers right now. They're just firing away all of these leaf bombs towards us. And while they might not be able to do a lot of damage, with in the grand scheme of things, they actually prove to be very deadly. They just bombard you. And I'm actually wondering, they're probably AoE, right? They obviously do damage units in the area of the explosion. Am I correct in thinking that? I think so. It seemed as though that was the case at the very least due to the graphic, but maybe it is just a single target ability. I don't know. I don't think it is a single target, but as you can see, we actually outnumbered them a little bit. We had their number dialed down to a T right there. Because, I mean, we had a huge amount of archers. We were in a really, really good position. We allowed them to come to us, and we still took huge casualties. So you can imagine how many of these hurlers would a vassal of the Arulo faction actually have. That is the question. That is going to be extremely fun to find out when we actually do decide to maybe attack them again. I think the Elan Taurans are probably going to look to attack them next. It's probably going to be how it's going to go down. Anyway, there you go. We actually did chase them for a little bit too long, in my opinion, but I guess it's okay, because we did get quite a lot of experience for it. We have another 5 veteran gladiators, another gladiator champion, who they're literally just going to die, aren't they? They're literally just going to die. Vixen riders are not worth it, because they don't seem to level up into anything, but I was just testing that out because I wanted to see what they actually leveled up into. But anyway, yeah, they're not worth it. But other than that, it's kind of nice because we did get a bit of experience there. We weren't able to take many of them prisoner, which is the main problem. Maybe I should have told my archers to charge in or something like that so they could use their maces a little bit more. But we haven't done this before, so I thought it might be a nice idea to take a look at the Freelancer Outpost. And I have heard from a number of you that the Freelancer Outpost is actually a pretty decent way to get some, well, mercenaries, as Scout has just said, because they end up being slightly, well, basically the same, as far as I'm aware, basically the same stat-wise as the hired recruits. I'm not entirely sure whether they have the same sort of gear, but I suppose we'll find out. Would you like to hire some? Yes, I would. All right, so let's have a look here. So we have freelancer recruits, soldiers, riders, and archers. And I think it would be kind of nice to get a couple of archers just so that we can compare the two. So what I'm going to do... Wow, you can get 100 dinars each. Let's do it. Why not? There's 2,500. No problem at all. We can afford that. We actually are doing pretty well in terms of money. So there's the freelance archers. Hopefully they'll level up pretty easily, considering we are fighting some pretty decent units. I mean, the Arulo are, they're pretty decent. Anyway, we're going to go to Leuven very, very quickly here. And who's that? Ooh, I was so hopeful, because they have a very similar color to the task objective. So I was really hopeful that they would be the assassins of Ral Dayun, but okay, apparently not. Now, the other party of assassins that we fought, where were they again? I think they were around Volderberg or Murdenhall or something like that. So it might be the case that we will need to go back in that area and just look around a little bit. I am gonna be really daunted if we have to do that because, well, it's a big map and it's a very small party, so I'm not entirely sure if we're gonna be able to do that very easily. Or it's gonna just take a huge amount of time for us to do that. I don't think we have a time limit. Do we have a time limit on that? I don't think we do. But anyway, there's some really, really nice armor there that I think I'm actually going to take a little bit of bread just in case. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to give that to Slighter, because I think he actually could use, he could use a bit of an upgrade. Why not? And he has the ability to wear it. And obviously he is using that axe. That's absolutely fine. We could get, no, I don't think he has the shield skill for that. No, he doesn't. Anyway, I think that's fine. And we could go into the... I suppose we'll go into the tavern. Maybe Allendale will be it. There's Allendale! Oh my! I was really... Oh wow, I was not actually thinking that he would be in here. I'm gonna kill this guy. Or never mind. Never mind. I was like, oh yeah, I should really just, comment about Allendale before I continue with this particular situation. And then as soon as I was like, okay, I'm ready now, Shi Jin completely, absolutely destroyed him. Anyway, better him than me. I didn't lose any relation with the town either, as Shi Jin actually killed the guy. Alright, so I don't know where... there's Allendale. He's over here. Alright, so Allendale is going to be our medicinal companion right here. So, what is it you want to discuss? I used to be this land's foremost and best physician. I have healed and tended to 4 Drahara emirs, 3 Hakanese lords, 1 Tauranian duke, and even the Reich Prince himself. Those were my glory days. I made tons of Aurum, and people from all nations begged me to heal them. Most of my earnings I gave to the poor, of course. You have the look of someone who could benefit from my experience. I may be old now. No, he doesn't look old. He looks okay. Silk-robed... Wow, silk-robed physician. Yeah, I can easily give you 3,500. Thank you very much. Yes, you are going to be an exceptional addition to our army. Wow, I can't believe we came across him. Here's also the Mystic Merchant. I am getting extremely lucky with going into this town here. And can you believe that I was literally just about to leave and I wasn't going to come in here? Because I thought to myself, no, it's just going to be a waste of time. But no. It actually seems like this will be much better than anticipated. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to try to... I'm going to buy the Skyward Bow. Alright? Because I think that's probably going to turn out to maybe be one that I can actually use relatively soon. So I'm going to buy this. Got a strong Skyward Bow. Oh no. Okay, so I know strong is absolutely fine a prefix, but the problem with it is that I think it's probably going to increase the power draw requirement that will be, attached to it. So I think that's probably going to be a bit of a problem for us, but I'm going to just sell my prisoners real quick. All right, so let's have a look here. Yes, it improves the power draw by 2. The requirement. So that's really harsh, but it does increase its damage. But as you can see, I already have a bow, and that's power draw 10. It is a little bit better accuracy, but oh well, it doesn't really matter, I suppose. Okay, so let's take a look at Alindel's stats, because obviously, wow, he has a white robe and a white horse. Is he Gandalf? Maybe. Gandalf the White. Oh well, never mind. Okay, so, oh my, okay, so you are crazy. Alindel is absolutely crazy. Thank you very much for joining us. I literally cannot be happier than I am right now. We're going to go for surgery. We are going to go for surgery, and we're going to go for wound treatment. You are an absolutely amazing beast. Absolutely amazing beast. The only thing that isn't amazing... Oh, no, never mind. He can actually wear this. Oh. Ah. I see. He has a magical robe on. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, well, it seems like I will have to give him a crossbow or something like that, because I don't want him to go into battle, and he's going to have to stay back and shoot with his crossbow, I guess. So, yes, finding a crossbow is going to be the #1 thing we want to do here. I'm actually going to... You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take his horse away, because I don't want him running into things or whatever. And yeah, I'm just gonna place him with the archers, and I suppose we'll just go with that. But yes, anyway, there we go. That was a very, very nice turn of events right there. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go around all of the major towns, and we're gonna see if we can find those assassins. It's highly unlikely I'm gonna find them. I'm very much thinking that I will be unable to complete this task. There doesn't seem to be a time limit on it either, so I think we should be fine just to continue doing whatever it is we want to do. So taking things... I thought that was them as well. How unlucky. Alright, so I have been wandering around the Machiavellian territory for a little bit, not too long, and I've just been traveling through, basically, just trying to get to the other side, and I came across this battle. Now, the main reason why I want to do this battle is because I want to see the Demon Marshal's unit, and I got here just in time because unfortunately the Machiavellians, who are currently embroiled in the battle with this guy, have taken him pretty much down. But I wanted to see if we could see some of those Demon Death Knights. There are actually Demon Death Knights in this guy's party, and I'd love to be able to see them. So that's the main reason why I'm doing this. No other reason, just absolutely pure curiosity, and also because maybe we'll be able to take some of them prisoner if I'm at all lucky, but I highly doubt it. Well, yeah, probably not anyway. So let's take a look. Are they any different from the regular? Whoa, okay. Yeah, I don't even know why I'm trying to actually kill... Ooh, we did 28 damage to one of them? Okay, that's fantastic. I'm actually kind of surprised about that. I really thought that I would not be dealing any damage whatsoever, but alright. Well, I'm perfectly happy with that. But yeah, it's actually probably easier for the Machiaveans to basically just go with an auto-resolve fight. Because if they go... Wow, okay. That guy has a scythe. That guy has a mini scythe that he is absolutely reaping all the kinds of souls with. And that's how much damage he did to my horse in a single slice. Wow, that is pretty impressive. That is pretty impressive. Anyway, yeah, as I was saying, I personally feel like the auto-resolve would have been beneficial for the Machiaveans because they had such an amazing numbers advantage that the demons really just couldn't do anything, I don't think. So it's, yeah, it's kind of a bit unfortunate that we got here so late because I would have liked to have seen the absolutely, I don't know, overwhelming power of the demons immediately, you know, because I think, didn't we see the demon guy, you know, a little bit earlier and he had about 200 units or something? So he's really been through the wars. And yeah, no doubt that is mainly due to running around in Machiavean territory. You certainly don't want to mess with these guys. I mean, we know, you know, we tried to go out in one of the previous series of Prisoner. We tried to court, should I say, we tried to court Queen Trisna. At the time, she was actually, was she Queen Trisna at the time? I think she was actually just Princess Trisna or something along those lines. And I was trying to marry her, and then they updated the mod way back then, and it turned out that Queen Trisna was then affiliated and indeed married to the liege of the Machiaveans, which I thought was actually rather amusing. But anyway, there you go. We did actually see a couple of those Demon Death Knights. They are really powerful, as we know. And there you go. I helped them out a little bit. I don't think I'm going to be getting anything. Okay, oh, this is not the end. When I return, I shall destroy you painfully. Oh, very good. What? What is, yes, what is the relevance here, Scout? Is this similar to how Elias always replies to the most long-winded explanations in the Clash of Kings series as, I see? Is that the same kind of thing? Because it seems to me like it might. Not before I take your money, he says to the demon marshal. Yes. Are you joking? I'm not entirely sure if he's... Oh. Right. Someday I will have my revenge. Right, I'm sure you will, but not today, thank you very much. I am really surprised that they actually gave us money, because I was thinking to myself, the Demon Marshal, he's not gonna bother with money, is he? He's not gonna bother with material things like that. And lo and behold, he gives us some money, so I guess I shouldn't make too much fun of him for that, because I literally thought that the Demon Lord is not going to be, you know, he's not going to be worried about all that. He just wants to reap souls and eat people's faces and all that sort of thing. But apparently, apparently this Demon Lord has a very, very big treasury. So yeah, anyway, there you go. I'm going to continue looking for the Assassins of Raal Dayun, and I guess we'll see what happens in the next episode then. I really want to find them. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.